the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm Jay Fruin, a full-time resident in Montauk. As a little background, I'm also vice chairman of the Eastern Long Island Surfrider Foundation, and do represent them on this issue.
You do?
I do.
You do, okay.
That's a completely erroneous number.
So how many is it for?
It's in the report. I think it's 9.
9?
I don't know why the number is all that important, Julie. I want to make sure we're really clear. Yes, and as an example of something that may have been done by the town that adversely affected the public's ability to access the lake. And it was assumed by all residents that it was town-owned, and in fact you can see, if you look at it, it's quite a wide swath of land that runs down to the water. About 10 or 12 years ago, an owner, the person who bought the anchorage, then subdivided the land, created 3 buildable plots, and it seems that somehow got possession of land that was formerly town. So that very...
Do you know when that was?
It was the former owner, not the current owner, so I don't know exactly when the transaction occurred, but we're basing our current knowledge on the tax map, which shows that there are 3 building lots and that are actually separate from the main house. So Westlake Drive has no access.
Okay, yeah. Just to be clear, because I know you didn't include it in the report, and I just want everybody, when you say there is no access on Westlake Drive, there is a boat launch there.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay. The town apparently does own Osborne Island, I think, as far as I know. But as you can see on that map, there's a property that extends out into Osborne Cove where the owners claim underwater rights. And I've had them attempt to exert those rights on me.
Is that 1.3
physical harm as well. Yeah. I just want to make one comment on the buoys. There's not one there that is properly placed by a surveyor. And if you speak to any surveyor, they will tell you the homeowner placed buoys are not accurate, number 1. Number 2, there is no surveyor who will survey them, because surveyors are people who work in an exact science. Right. Monuments, if you're in a moving boat and you attempt to place a physical monument, you can't be 100% sure it was placed accurately. Okay. So it's even questionable as to whether or not any homeowner-placed buoy is legitimate. Okay. So I don't think it's worth pursuing, but again, I'm just one guy.
Okay.
It's not only, when we talk about dredging Lake Montauk Channel, it's not just for the commercial fishermen, it's also for the overall water quality of the lake. Yes, sir.
We're not 100% sure who owns that bottomland, or if some homeowner is incorrectly identifying it as their property. I don't know.
What you're saying is you're not sure whether the buoys should be there or not. There's not a question of ownership at the bottom. Or is it?
Yeah. We were confused by the buoys, so
gotcha.
Again.
It's open, it's accessible, but it's got buoys out there that you're not sure of.
Right. Right. And then the car can pull down. If they move that post and rail a little bit southward, maybe 6 feet or so, then cars could navigate.
Without worrying whether somebody would drive into that pond. So that's the problem.
Understood.
You want at least enough breath there to say, if I'm really, really stupid, I still won't go into the pond.
Right.
So there were a lot of people on East Lake Drive that were at least somewhat contentious about putting it in.
I'm aware of those.
Okay.
Is a narrow swath of land that approximately 25-30 feet, it's flat but currently overgrown, sits between 2 private residences, but it looks like there's clear access to the lake. Would be suitable for something like a kayak entrance or paddleboard entrance. And to us, it seemed like it would make sense to open up a trail. There is a possibility for parking on the east side of East Lake Drive for that, but I wouldn't recommend creating some kind of parking lot.
Access 8 is next to Centerville, right, Tommy?
Yeah, and
That was a deal the town made?
Yep, I believe it was. I don't know the details, and that makes perfect sense to me. I use the ramp, and, I don't know if it's an official thing, but
I'll just mention this to you because you're advocates for water quality in the lake, and you should be complimented and promoted for that, I think.
I don't think you can trust the Army Corps for any other project on Montauk, so, think about that when you get the Army Corps presenting various options to you. They seem to not understand littoral movement of sediment.
Okay.